Welcome back to Soundcheck by Learner to Learner.
Soundcheck.
One of the two shows and that Learner to Learner channel host. We're going to talk about all things audio. You can participate. If you are watching this live, you can join us. Oh, Cindy Lou is in Clubhouse. You can join us by either using the chat that you're from the YouTube channel that you're watching right now, or you can also go to the website. I'm going to paste the link for the website that you need to go over, which is learnertolearner.com. From learnertolearner.com, you can click on the call in with Zoom button, and it's going to bring you to a registration page, just asking for your permission to use it, your name, your email, and when I approve your registration, you will be able to hop onto the show and join us, like our panelists here. 4 of them here. We have Rob joining us. Hello, Rob.
Hey, smoke them if you got them.
We have Charles with us. Hello, Charles.
What's going on? How's it going?
Good, good. And we also have 4-hour Aaron is also here. Welcome back. And we have a new mic every 30 minutes. Nee is also here. Hello, Nee.
With funny jokes about friends.
You funny man.
And also we have our Clubhouse friends. We have Flame Newton here also joining us, and Cindy Lou in the audience. Hello, Flame.
I love that name.
Hey,
so
what's
awesome.
going on with y'all guys today?
How have you been? It's been a long while.
Man, you know how it is. But I told you somebody had stole my equipment.
Yes, I remember. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
8 months?
I remember.
5, 6 months?
Yeah,
About 6
I remember
months, 6
that.
months. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I finally got it all back now.
You
know what I'm saying?
got it all back, as in like you repurchased, or did you find the
Nah.
thief?
I didn't even want to find the people.
Yeah.
I had to think about it.
Just too
Because-
much.
If I find the people, I end up like OJ. You know what I mean? You feel me? I couldn't sit there and let me know that somebody got my shit there. They try to sell it back to me. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness. So wait.
So I had the original RØDECaster at first. Now I have, everything was original. So I had the SM7B, right? Now I got the DB. and then I had the RØDECaster, the original which I call them the OG. I
Yeah.
had the OG. Now I got the 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, in retrospect, I look at it like it made me upgrade. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely didn't want
That's
to spend the
good.
money
That's
twice,
good.
so.
I mean, the DB is DB also USB? Does DB also have USB connection? No. You probably didn't need a DB with the RØDECaster Pro 2, but because it has a built-in cloud lifter, and but previously
The cloud lifter built at the DB. The cloud lifter
is built in.
Built in. Yeah.
Yeah. But with the RØDECaster Duo, RØDECaster Pro 2, it has enough gain to drive that mic that you. I'm not to say that it's a bad choice. It's just you probably didn't have to, but now that you have it, now you can use it on mixers that may not need more power. Actually, my cloud lifter has been sitting in a drawer. I should probably sell it. It's brand new. I mean, I use it for however long I use my RØDECaster OG, 2 years maybe. Okay, now Luis is here. Okay, now I see you.
Let the sales
But
begin.
anyway, so quickly, Flame. So have you gone? I mean, I see you occasionally on your radio station, on your broadcast. You still doing that?
Yeah, I'm still kind of doing that. I'm about to get into something different, and I'm glad maybe anybody here got anything on it. I'm on it. Is I'm thinking about. Well, I ain't saying I'm thinking because I'm going to do it, and that is what the fuck is that? Twitch, which is
okay.
streaming.
Yeah.
Thinking about streaming, man. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about this streaming just my regular day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do it. I mean, that's like, so I'm not sure if you're watching this or not, Flame. We are actually, you're listening to us on Clubhouse, obviously, because that's how we connected. You did see a YouTube link up on top. The YouTube link will actually take you to, it's going to make you all confused if you click on that. But if you want to mute the YouTube, if you're watching on a computer or somewhere else, you can see us coming to you visually as well on YouTube.
Okay, got it. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, so if you want to go check that out, but we can still speak to you here on Clubhouse, and you will hear us on Clubhouse and the YouTube feed. So you might want to turn off the YouTube feed to make you not as confused.
How are you guys?
Oh gosh, Louis, your microphone is
Wow.
need a lot of tweaking.
My God.
Sorry.
Wait, Louis, let's go to you and see what's up. What's
How are
different?
you guys?
Oh, okay, that's better. What happened?
I had
You-
it close enough.
You just got it really close to you and screamed really loudly, right?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Now you sound much better. Okay, cool. And you're still using that's square, so that's probably a Fifine mic, not the.
Yes.
Oh, you have
Fine.
some
And
kind. What you do to your mic? That something's going on.
Why?
Did you? There's like a lot of compression or something. Is your mic too hot? Did you tweak something?
No.
I'm just hearing things now. But it's something. Maybe bring it a little closer, but not yell at it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, something. So maybe it's because of Zoom. Do you have your Zoom original sound for musicians on or off?
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. Something is a little different. Wait, what did it say? Cyborg voice. Luis has been augmented. He's a cyborg now. Hello, Antonio. Hello. Welcome to the show. And let's see who else. We have like 5 people earlier when I ended RØDECaster User Meetup. We have 11 people watching. So we just like killed a bunch of potential followers to the channel. But that's okay. If they really want it and like it, they will probably hunt it down. They know what the channel is.
And hit the like button, people.
Oh yeah, hit the like button. Thank you for helping remind people. When you do that, what happens is when you hit like, it sends to YouTube that you're enjoying this, and therefore it will serve this to more people.
Yeah, the
supposedly.
algorithm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I want to go back to Flame, asking Flame about his plan. What is it? Hey, retro review. Are you new? Back to the retro review. Do we know you? Are you new to the show? Let us know. Hello though. Welcome. So Flame on Clubhouse, if you're still here, Flame, you're just now thinking about doing live streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, that's so I'm thinking about just my throughout the day of me being on different things, whether I'm being in a Facebook group or whether I'm doing I'm making, you know how you make content, and on Clubhouse, talking on phone calls with people that are not sensitive. You know what I mean? I would,
Yes, and they know, right? It's consensual.
yeah. They know everything. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't get into a specific to them, and they say, "Hey, man," but I don't even take information like that from anybody anyway, like
Yeah,
social and stuff like that.
entertaining conversations.
Yeah, and I just thought about just saying, "Hey, you know, why don't I just stream the whole damn thing?" And just,
How have you been streaming? Because I've seen your stream. So how do you do your stream typically? Do you use a software or a website? What?
No, I was getting ready to. I'm getting ready. I'm not gonna lie. The guy, and he actually influenced me like shit. That is Castanot and them, and Aiden Ross and all those guys. Man, I'm looking like they motivated me. I just got to be flat out and honest about it. Like when you see kids, and that, I'm not gonna lie too. Let's add in the other conception. It's not, we can't ignore it. I mean, shit. When these kids is making $15-20 million on some damn streaming, I mean, hey, and all you're doing is your life. I mean,
Well, are you on a Mac? Oh, Windows.
I got a Mac right.
Okay.
I got a Mac right now.
So I'll tell you what I use. You can go check out there. Obviously, various different software. If you want to stream to Twitch and to YouTube and to somewhere else, Clubhouse, like what I'm doing right now, I use this software called Ecamm, and you may have heard of it. And I will. So because this is a YouTube, you can go back and listen to the replay. I will. I'll show you on my resource page. If you go to learner.com, the website, you'll see the first thing on here is that the show's powered by Ecamm Live for Zoom. And this is Ecamm, and there's a discount code in there if you choose to sign up for it. It is my affiliate link, but you can go at least do the trial, or at least before you do the trial, watch a bunch of videos. Just search for Ecamm Live.
You said learner.com?
Learner to learn. I just put it in the chat on a Clubhouse. So you should be able to see in the chat now.
Unlock your child's potential with our expert online tutors.
Learner to learn. No, not that one. If you look at the chat in Clubhouse, you should see learner to learner.
Oh, learner to learner.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So go there and look at go to the resource page and check out Ecamm. I also list, and this is for everybody, if you're curious about what lighting I use and what microphones, you can check that out as well. As I'll list it there. And as you know, Flame, we started talking on Clubhouse, and I have always been, traffic is not the same as during the pandemic, obviously. That also means we don't have to like stay in the room for 6 hours trying to do sound check. But it also allows me to do more now that I'm actually doing video as a companion. So that we can show things. I have angles. When you get to watch the replay, I'm not sure if you get to watch the live stream yet at all. If we want to do something on the RØDECaster, I can switch camera and go straight to the unit itself. You're able to see it better, and it's a little clearer that way rather than just having use speech to describe where everything is. Back to the retro review. So glad you're able to catch us live this time. He usually catches us on replay. So, are you a friend of Paco? Are you a friend of Luis?
Yes, he is.
Okay. There you go.
And I just subscribed to your channel.
Thank you. So one more. We're slowly but surely. So go check that out and then come back again. You can watch some of our replays. You can even come join the panel and then just talk about it as you set up your whatever, join the Zoom call, have your camera set up, and we can talk through some of the ideas, especially through both shows, because you have a RØDECaster Pro. Do you have a RØDECaster Pro 2 or a Duo? I think a Pro 2.
2. I
Okay.
got the 2.
So the first hour, 8 p.m. Central, we talk about RØDECasters, and then after that hour, we talk about some broader audio discussion. So definitely come back and check out the video too. It's kind of like
And you said everything is on the when I go to
learner2learner.com. It's
go to the resource tab.
Yes,
Gotcha.
the resource tab, and then you will be able to find the software I was talking to you about. And there's a lot of people use it. What are the famous people who use it? Tom Buck uses it for his live stream. What is that? I know I watched this. I forgot his name now. He's a YouTube guy who does like iOS review. He's occasionally he would do live streams when the iOS 26 came out, and he would get on live and chat with people, and then I can recognize the interface. And then Paul Duncan show up in the chat. Paul Duncan that we all love from the Ecamm fam. Anyway, so definitely check that out, Flame. I'm so glad you're back. Your equipment's back, and we'll talk some more.
Okay, cool. I'm over here now, and I'm just looking at the different things that you got. I'll take a look at it. No, that's good though.
All right.
And I'll be back in here in just a second.
All right. Now I want to thank everybody for my award. So we were earlier on the show, we were talking about the dead blue microphones. A lot of people give a lot of people dislike blue mics.
Boo.
I think most of the time, blue or boo.
Boo.
Because most of the time, you need to boo the user. I think a lot of times user error. I think they offer something, a condenser microphone, and it is the first very popular USB microphone, and therefore it's a lot of people use it, and sometimes they would address it here. Like this again. The reason why we talk about this is we were talking about different how do you call it? Different address, like different
end address.
Yeah, end or side address. How do you call it? There must be a term. Somebody look up for me. How do you call it? Whether it's end address or side address, what is it called in the proper term? Sean should be here. Flame Newton is such a superhero name, John Lowe says. It's true. The Blue Yeti just sounds too thin. Not enough presence for me. Okay. That's understandable. But I use my Blue, I forgot what this is called, Blue Yeti Pro, I think. I use this with my mixer. So I EQ it with this because it actually has XLR connection to my mixers. It splits into two because you can do stereo mic.
I think a lot of people be downplaying blue, right? But let's be honest, that was like the gateway drug to most podcasts. Yes, some people still have it in the stream, isn't it?
Remember Snowball?
Yeah. I mean,
I had one of those.
If you know how to use it,
do you still have it?
You use it well.
No, I put it
threw
in
it away?
Goodwill. I donated it.
Okay.
It didn't work for me.
You know who was using one and we thought it was his friend's microphone that was bad?
Oh, yes. Arthur.
Yeah. But
Arthur was using it, and his friend who got on.
Yeah, that microphone is a legend.
Address type. Okay.
Most of the blue microphones are really good because like the Baby Bird and then the Blue Bottle microphones, those are all extra.
Why did people actually? I know people. There are a lot of people hating on blue mics. Why were the legit reasons of why?
Because people didn't know how to use the.
Yeah, I mean that aside, that's what I was, half jokingly say that's probably because of the user. If you know that it is a condenser microphone and know what to expect, or maybe they didn't talk about what type of microphone. They just say, "Hey, USB microphone, use it," and everybody wants to use it for the podcast, and so they use it and not really knowing how to use it. But then you can't really blame blue for it, right?
Oh, you can.
But what are the issues that people are experiencing other than using it incorrectly?
I think that was, that
like
was the main.
like
that was the
the
main use.
back to retro review. Back to retro review. Do you have a first name, or do you want to call him? Want me to call you review?
It's Kevin.
Kevin. Okay. All right. You just outed him. Maybe he wants to keep it a
Yeah,
secret.
you just put his government name out there,
Oh
Lewis.
my God.
You could get Fifine Tank 3. It sounds much better than the Yeti. Okay. So sound quality, yes. And again, it's subjective. Okay, Kevin. Okay, he gave us permission. Okay. All right. Back to the retro review. In fact, I actually have a note of everybody who's called in or participate in the conversation. I'm gonna write that down. So yeah, sound quality, I can imagine. Maybe it's too thin. Who actually, those of you who are on the panel, raise your hand or just say it. And those of you who are watching live, type it in. If you ever own, no shame, you just saw me having one here. If you ever owned a blue microphone, raise your hand.
Snowball? Does that count?
Yeah. That's a blue snowball, Yeti snowball. Yeah. Okay, 3 of us here. So Charleston, I'm surprised Charles didn't have any.
No.
Okay, and so
Charles
Kevin
is big
has
money.
one.
Charles is big money. He ain't gonna
What?
play with that
I-
microphone.
So I remember when they first came out and they all sounded like garbage. And so I was like, why the heck would I buy that?
What can you describe a bit more?
It just
Garbage
sounded
is-
like bad audio. So, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I started using broadcast microphones and I was on a radio show starting from the time I was in middle school. So I knew I may not have been able, and I started doing theater sound and everything in middle school and high school.
So you're
I'd always
exposed
been
to more
I
professional.
had been more exposed
quality
to
microphones.
yeah. So
I would say a lot that you Blue open up to USB microphones, right? Isn't that like
Yeah.
USB microphone? They're
Yeah.
like the first name.
Yeah,
That
that's
most
kind of the
people
first
know.
thing that I think of when I think of like the first USB
Popular USB microphones out there.
based microphone. That's one of the first ones, but I just grew up on XLR and traditional mixing boards.
I was gonna say,
So
with a voice like that, do you think he's gonna downgrade his voice and use a chip microphone?
Well, with a
Come
voice
on,
like that,
Charlie.
it will sound good even
Yeah.
on a snowball.
Well, my problem.
Yeah, these
I was
sound
in-
like
I
an
was
AM
in-
radio. Well, I don't remember it being that bad though. I
well,
didn't
and I think
remember
that's
it
just
being
where
bad.
people didn't know how to use it. You know,
Yeah.
like people I mean, and we still keep in mind we still deal with this today. So you know,
True.
I mean,
even with XLR microphone.
well, and it's not just the XLR. So I think it's more of when the Yeti appealed to a market that didn't know audio.
Yeah,
And the whole premise behind
it's already
it,
an
or the-
improvement
or
because
the
they were going from the
logic-
headset.
Yeah. So the logic behind it was, oh, hey, I can just plug this in my USB and go.
Yeah,
And
like
that
how
was
you
kind
use
of-
your laptop microphone.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's where, you know, I think it turned a lot of people off. And then you had, you know, the content creator world start to emerge as we know it today.
Yeah.
And
People are
they
more
had
savvy
no
now.
clue. Well, I mean, they had no clue what good audio or video was.
Yeah,
And of course, video was very inaccessible at that point.
because things that equipment's expensive.
It was just expensive.
Yeah.
You know, and you're lucky if your camera did anything. You know, camera on your phone did 720 if you were lucky.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was just. I think in a way it was ahead of its time, but there wasn't enough education around it.
Yeah,
And that's ultimately what I think kept it at the bottom.
right.
And by
So it's
the
not
time,
completely Blue's fault.
It's not. Well, I mean, it is because their marketing team should have known that. You know, I mean, at the
But
end of
the
the
thing
day,
is
that was the company's responsibility.
But
to
I
educate their
think
consumers.
if they were to talk about audio quality and how you use the microphone, they would not sell as many microphones. I feel like
I don't know.
because they just say
I
USB
wouldn't-
microphone, plug it in. It's gonna sound better than your built-in microphone.
Yeah.
And it is in a way.
I wouldn't say that. So I would say that, if they came up with a marketing plan behind it where it was like, hey, in 15 minutes you can sound like a pro, they could quickly walk them through at least basic settings instead of just simply plugging it in and
But
going,
back then,
hey,
though,
download the software, set at least these things.
this is podcasting age, so it must be early 2000, mid 2000, early 2000.
But all that was available. I mean, they could have done that. They just didn't think to do it.
Yeah, but they don't care to because they sell more.
Yeah.
When they just say, "Oh, just market it," and maybe it was crappy, like their earlier microphone. Maybe it was crappy, but I don't remember it being awful.
I
And
never
again,
heard
not
a good
all,
one.
not all.
I never heard a good one, and and this is
I'm
going
gonna
to sound
one of
awful,
these
but
days. I'm gonna
I'm
connect
gonna-
this to do the show
I have
because I like the sound of the Yeti Pro.
intentionally been on YouTube and skipped past the video where I saw the Yeti mic.
Wait,
'Cause
even
I
on
didn't even
even
wanna
this
listen to
one,
it. Yeah, I didn't care if it has that
it
blue.
sounds good.
Yeah, well, if it has that logo, I'm probably skipping.
Do you
past your video.
remember when Clubhouse was starting to get stereo? I was super excited about
Oh
it.
yeah.
And I use this mic a lot because it's like I can demonstrate the stereo sound, and I use this mic a lot. But you can see it because I'm on I'm on Clubhouse. Okay, let's say don't knock on. Kevin says don't knock on USB microphone. They're really getting good. That's true. In the
That's
recent
true.
years,
Yeah.
recent couple of years, that's
And there's a lot of software behind them now. And I think that's one of the things that really pushes like the mics you see now versus when Blue was first coming out.
yeah.
Is that software has advanced so much and the technology has advanced
Processing
so much that,
it.
I mean, you can pretty much hit one button and you're not going to be all the way there, but you're going to be 75 to 80% there. A heck of a lot better than just plugging it in and doing nothing. And I think that's given a big advantage. I think that's like Rhode's new line of, their USB and software-based solutions, that originally came out. It's still just for PC, right? It's unavailable on the Mac.
Which one?
Their X line.
Oh yeah. But
I think it's
they
still-
discontinue those already.
Did they?
Yeah, they're not gonna continue developing those. I don't think.
But that was all software based. It's like, hey, here's a piece of hardware, plug it into a USB, use our software.
Go
and
XLR. Is
we'll
it called
do-
Go XLR? The box.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
again, that's another software based thing, even though it has hardware to go with.
Yeah.
Valid point. Good discussion. USB microphones. Ooh, this is my thumbnail.
I do want to say, my Snowball, I got rid of it because the audio was so low and I couldn't get it up.
Oh, the
volume
gain.
to go up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I couldn't figure out how to increase it, so I put it back. I
Okay.
donated it, and I went back to. I was using a Zoom.
You let other people have
H2.
bad audio.
Yes, I figured if they paid $5 for it at the Goodwill,
It looks cool though.
Yeah. Actually, I hated the way that thing looked. A big ball. I didn't
But it
want
looks
that
kind of
big
cool. It
silver
doesn't look
ball.
like a microphone. It's like, wow, this is a cool thing.
Yeah, but I like my H2 Zoom. It was one of those little recording mics, but you could hook it up. But the controls were so minuscule; they were so tiny. You'd have every time I have to plug it up to use it for a mic, I'd have to reset it. So that's when I finally upgraded and moved
Poor
on
Blue.
to poor Blue.
I have, because I feel like it's my companion, though bad occasionally. I have a lot of podcasters using Blue microphone, and yeah, you can hear the whole room and the fan and everything. Well, it still happens now. Thank goodness there's Zoom noise cancellation or noise processing, what's called noise suppression. But otherwise, it's probably still the same, right, Nee?
You know what? No. I knew it. I knew you were gonna mention my name, but you know what's making like the noise? Because I have a filament dryer on my back, and it's running, so that's where the noise is coming from.
Yeah, that's still noise.
Yeah, but it's with noise.
Noise is sound. Noise is just sound. Sound that
I
is
would,
in the
I
not
would
the right
turn it off.
location.
John, with your picky
It's
ears.
fine,
We're gonna call
it's
it picky
fine.
John.
You know, yeah, okay, no, let's switch topic. I want to talk. I want to bring up the question from Wayne. Remember our friend Wayne from Australia? He says, off topic. You want to ask? I'm wanting to get a headset combo XLR and 1/4 inch for his Duo. My competitors use Audio Technica AT-HBPHS1. It seemed to be super cardioid, okay, which super like ultra directional. I didn't hear cars or even a crane nearby. Okay, I'm not against buying them, but wondering if anything better invented in the last 10 years. Doesn't need to be budget. Okay, so any good?
I think Bose has those ones that they use for the NFL. Those broadcasters use those.
Let's get to your browser and see if we can start looking, because I actually have recommended the Audio Technica THBPH. I don't know if I used that because it's a condenser capsule, right? Let me see if we can go there and we can start looking. Yeah, I may have actually recommended that to somebody, and it's not too expensive, $240, and I believe it has a condenser. Is it a condenser mic, or is it a cardioid? I mean, dynamic. No, it's a dynamic. So which good? Then it rejects. Cardioid pickup, not super cardioid. It says cardioid pickup pattern dynamic microphone. So that's good. Close back. Okay, that's good. That would not be portable, so that doesn't. It's not an issue, right, for you, Wayne? Not being portable, since if you're gonna use it, I don't know. Is any? And let me see if this like Amazon suggests any other microphones out there. Maybe we can look at Shure. So Biodynamic has this. That is pricier. DT290 Mark
Hypercardioid.
II. This is hypercardioid. So this is hypercardioid. No, I've not heard of the sound quality, but here's another one. I will put the link for you. Copy link. I'll put it in the chat, Wayne. This is another one. Compared to the Audio Technica one. We'll keep them all open so we can compare it. This one's more expensive. Did you say Bose? But sometimes Bose, I remember there was one guy who loves his Bose microphone on Clubhouse, and it sounded like the pilot announcement. But I mean, his microphone, it sounded great for him because all the noise cancellation, but his microphone is not good. So when you get those headset, make sure the microphone is good. Not just like a typical control room headset, like broadcast quality headset. Did you find anything, Nee? Bose.
Oh no, I was doing homework.
Not this homework? You're doing real homework?
Yeah, I'm doing real homework. Like how you called when I was doing a test to take a test. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know any of those Bose ones. Those Bose ones in sports arena, sometimes they're good because it has great noise cancellation. And the microphone, you have to make sure you get the one with the good headset, not just one that you use on the plane. I mean, as a pilot. So let me see. Anybody else found anything? Bose headset on Amazon? For Wayne, this one, $1,000, Aviation. So here's the thing. Aviation audio quality is not
not
like
Don't do it.
So I think the Audio Technica one's pretty good. And I've heard those
Yeah.
because I've recommended somebody on Clubhouse. He teaches music and he moves around with his instruments. And so maybe you should try that. Maybe call in one of these days once you got it. Because I wanted to hear it. If you want supercardioid, is there a different model that is supercardioid, I wonder? Audio Technica headset supercardioid. No. Oh, they have a cheaper model of the biodynamic, but it's not stereo. It's mono.
Well, for broadcasting, that's fine. Matter of fact, you may even like the open ear.
Is it?
That may be a personal preference, but
This is ClearCom. Here's another model. Put the link in here for you. This Rode one good enough? Huh? Decent? Right, we've heard it. If you EQ it, like it's decent. Have you tried it though? The NTH 100. What John's referring to, Wayne. You should be able to pick that up fairly easily in Australia. So the headphones and over ear, this one, NTH 100M.
okay. So here's Audio Technica's. I'll give you the model number here.
Okay, all right.
This is the one that. Oh, not the plus. Leave off the
Okay,
plus.
okay, got it. Okay, Audio Technica BPHS2. This one, $359. It's a little bit more expensive.
It's a
Hypercardioid
hypercardioid.
also.
Yep.
So it's like one click up from the entry level 259 one or something. This one.
Yep.
Oh no, sorry, this is a $400 one. Where'd it go? $239.
Yep.
So $239. This one is one level. I don't know what's better. Dynamic boom microphone. I will share unterminate adjustable. Oh, there's 3 different models.
Mm-hmm.
XLR. What is unterminate? I mean, it doesn't come with the cable. What does it mean? I don't know what unterminate means.
Yeah, I'm not.
XLR to 3.6. Oh, this one's different. This is on not stereo.
Isn't that the thing they put at the end of the XLR with the little dummy stick?
Oh, the style. Oh no, this is unterminate for the headband. This is adjustable. Wait, I don't see any difference though.
Oh, undeterminable.
This is unterminate, right? Did I read it correctly? Unterminate. Yeah. Unterminated. Unterminated. I'm not sure what that. Let's read. Fine.
I mean, it's got a detachable cable.
Unterminate. I want to know.
Okay, so this is
the cable. Unterminated 3.5 meter detachable cable with a TA6F connector at the headset. What is on the other end?
So that way you could wire it in however you wanted to. It's not predetermined. It's so
oh,
out of the box, it comes with the XLR and the
1/4 inch.
So it's not a 1/4 inch. It's actually eighth. What is the?
Oh, the smaller one, 1/8 inch.
Yeah.
3.5 millimeter.
Yeah. So it's 3.5 with the adapter. It comes with the adapter.
Oh, I see. Into a 1/4 inch. Or,
correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yep. So the standard cable comes terminated to XLR and 3.5 millimeter.
Okay. So
and this is coming with a cable that is unterminated. So if you didn't want to use those two, you could wire it
yourself
and terminate it whatever way you want.
So
that could be beneficial for some setups.
So then you would want this one adjustable.
Adjustable, and that will come with the traditional cable.
Okay.
I was trying to
Oh,
find
the
a
UT
Or
is
well,
been
no,
terminated.
yeah, that'll come with the traditional one.
3.3 the meter
Yep.
cable, 3-pin XLR. Okay.
Yep.
So
There you go.
Wayne is giving us more context. Now I remember. Now that he reminded us, he already has the NTH 100 M, and he thinks it's way too sensitive. It's
Yeah.
picking up too much.
Yep.
Here's
I mean,
instructions.
the hypercardioid. I mean, that's about as.
So I wonder if, and does your competitor also use a RØDECaster, or do they have other mixers that they're using? I wonder if there's additional processing, noise cancellation of some sort that happens once past the microphone. I wonder, because I would imagine the headset, because I do know, even though it's not super cardioid, the ATH, whatever that first one was, the ATH BPH SS, the S1, that one is cardioid, but your NTH 100 isn't. Your NTH 100 is an omnidirectional, I think. That's why it's more sensitive and pick up a lot more noise than you would like. So
I remember that now. Okay. Like this thing is omnidirectional.
what is this thing?
It's a camera, a Shure or Sennheiser camera mic.
Okay.
So,
Omni?
Yeah.
Or does it have different pickup patterns you can choose?
So the front and the back is address, end address, whatever you call that earlier.
Was it
You
an
can-
address? Wait. Does it have an option to choose which pickup pattern, like a switch or something?
No, like so if you're gonna interview somebody,
So maybe
and you hold it, they get-
bidirectional, maybe.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Bidirectional will be two. Isn't bidirectional two cardioids together?
Never took it apart.
Because bidirectional is two directions, and it also rejects sound on the side. So here mic,
I'd have to
here
plug
mic.
it in to find out.
Okay, so yeah, maybe give those a try and see. Oh, what? Okay, Flame suggesting what? Shure SRH 840. Let's see what that is. Flame, you found us. Shure SRH 840A. Where's the mic? Oh, there's no mic. This is just headphones, not a microphone. Wired headphones. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're specifically looking for ones with the microphone, a broadcast quality microphone attached to the headset. But I never heard of this one though. Shure over ear headphones. Anybody else have any experience using those like broadcast microphone attached to the headphones?
Yeah, I use it at work almost every day. I use a.
But not for
Logitech.
broadcast.
Oh, not for broadcast. I use it the USB ones. Oh, that's not what we're talking about, because I think they're about the
Yeah,
same.
I think Wayne is specifically looking for broadcast quality microphone
So
on
what
the
I'll tell him-
headset.
Yeah, so what I'll tell him with the NTH 100 amps.
Oh, he
right?
has the SM7DB. Okay.
So on that one, put a what you call that? Put a foam thingy on it.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
still
ones
it's a
that-
polar pattern. It's not.
It dulls it down a lot.
The windscreen.
There you
Or,
go.
The windscreen
Filter,
on
yeah,
the
on the mic itself.
What are these?
on the microphone of the NTH 100.
Yes.
So this is I put a link because I thought there was something like that. I remember this from like field recording, doing live at like football games and stuff like that. But
Wait.
Cedar Audio, they call it the DNS4, which is 4-channel.
Yeah.
So they do have a 2-channel, but they have a 4-channel. The neat thing about this is it is made for broadcast. So it's not cheap because it's made for broadcast.
He did
audio.
say, don't worry about
Yeah.
budget. Okay.
So this actually learns your environment. That's the unique thing about this. So once you put it into learning mode, you let it hear the ambient noise, and it actually adjusts and tunes out all that ambient noise to give you clean broadcast audio.
And this is like you would add this where?
You would add this
From your mic. Mic
from
goes
your
in here.
mic. Yeah.
So microphone goes in here, and then with the output of this
Or you
guy
could do it
would-
on the other side. I mean, you could do it on the.
Oh, before it goes out to broadcast. Like
you could do it on either side. You may find it. I don't know. It depends on if you're really wanting to hear a
Other
true
things?
monitor. You may want to put it before, but depending on how you set up your interface,
Let's see if
whatever.
there's a-
I can't remember what interface he's running, but
He's using a RØDECaster Duo, I think.
is he using a Duo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the back.
Mhm.
You have mic 1, mic 2, and then line. Oh, no, that's input. Output is you have 1, 2, 1 output here, 3 outputs, 4 outputs. So you could, yeah. So that would go into, so essentially it's a hardware noise suppression solution where it's going to cancel out all the
Specifically
environment.
meant for broadcast. Yeah, it's going to cancel out as much of the environment as you're ever going to get out of it.
Got 2 foam covers already, he says.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they make foam covers for such tiny microphone. Again, you're not, I mean, it will eliminate, it will do some, but it will probably won't, we're not addressing the issue with the solution, the foam solution can affect the sound, but it's not really addressing the issue of the noise from the environment. So maybe try this. I don't know how much it is. Do you know the price tag of this? Probably a few $1,000s.
Yeah, it's a few $1,000s. So I see one on B&H for $4,600 for the 4-channel.
Oh, jeez. Ooh, that's all.
I said it wasn't cheap. It's broadcast audio equipment. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Broadcast audio equipment is not cheap.
Yikes,
I mean,
I'm not that rich.
you know, I mean, it's professional audio equipment. For and this is a big difference. You know, like podcast equipment is totally different than broadcast equipment.
Yeah.
Like the build quality and everything is done completely different. So you start getting into broadcast equipment, yes.
You know what I'm hoping?
You're not going to pay less than $1,000 for anything broadcast-wise.
If they can do it well, with hardware and software, I don't know about hardware, but if we can do it well, maybe, do you think at some point, Rode might say, hey, in the audio processing now, there is a noise suppression. That could be possible, right? It's not completely
is.
impossible.
No, I mean, that's what Cedar's doing. I mean, they're basically taking an audio sample. So they sample.
Like what Audacity is doing. Like, you know, I know
Yeah.
Audacity, you can do sample the
Correct.
noise and then
Yep.
apply that algorithm to that channel.
Correct. Yep.
And then
And so
cancel
you're-
those out.
Correct. And that's what Cedar's doing, is they're taking a live sample of all the background noise and everything.
Out of curiosity, do I have broadcast audio? What do you mean, Flame? Do I have broadcast audio?
Broadcast, I mean like radio, TV,
Yeah.
but like it's just different hardware.
Like
typically.
the
Like
microphone
you wouldn't see
could,
a RØDECaster.
the microphone could be.
yes, but like you're not going to see a RØDECaster in a radio
Yeah,
booth.
like a broadcast radio. I
Yeah,
mean, maybe
it's a-
some smaller channels might actually.
Small, but
I do know of they do voiceover with RØDECaster. Some news people that I know, they would go in there and do the little news segment, like the voiceover of certain news clip. They would go in there and have that set up, and they go in there and just record that. But that I wouldn't consider that. Wouldn't consider that broadcast. They might name it broadcast quality sometimes, but it's the reliability that makes broadcast equipment expensive, not
Right.
just the quality.
yeah, I
of
mean,
it.
this you think of a
If you
studio
you
that
not
outfits
you would not
their
rely.
yeah.
You would not
think of
rely
the-
on the RØDECaster's new
No,
firmware
no.
all the time, and like,
No.
something doesn't work anymore.
Well, and
sorry,
and
no
that's the
show
thing.
this week.
Like you get into outfitting a radio station. I mean, they may outfit it and that same equipment be in there 20 years later and it sound just as good as it.
Double price in Australia.
know.
So 8,000 something, probably
Yeah.
9,000. But I
Yeah,
would.
there
I would,
may be something competitive to it. Now you may just take that as like a reference point and say, okay, is there anything else out here that uses in a hardware form? The thing I like about the hardware is that if you're taking it to different places, different
you're
fields,
still going to sound the same
with
the mic.
you're less likely to have to rely solely on software. The more you can rely on hardware, even if, there's software baked into that hardware, obviously, but the less you can rely on those software platforms,
I
the
would
more
start,
consistent.
Wayne, I would start with the Audio Technica one. Did you say the Audio Technica has hypercardioid? Yeah. The one that is more expensive is hypercardioid. The 239 one is not hypercardioid, I think. Let me see if I can recall my searches. Not this one. This is hypercardioid, Audio Technica. There was like one click down one. I think it's the one that he showed. Was it this one? No. He did this one. The BPHS1, I don't think is supercardioid. It's just cardioid. So if you want to try the cardio, I think this is going to make a difference already. I think because you're addressing it directly by the polar pattern, which is why your omnidirectional microphone picks up more because it's omnidirectional. And so if you were to switch to even a cardioid, you'll probably hear the difference already. And if you want to maybe even try the supercardioid one, that's more expensive. That's $100 more. Is it? I can't do math. $150 more approximately. Maybe try that. Or yes, you are in Australia, so you can definitely ask Rode to invent a cardioid mic for NTH100. You have to put in the consideration. Yeah, maybe so. Or why don't you encourage them? You have more influence here in Australia. Have them do a noise suppressor processing filter of some sort. I think that's going to be so popular because if I can tell people that's still not what we would use to do sound check, because essentially you're taking out a bunch of stuff. But for people that is doing the recording without going through Zoom, because Zoom I think has really good noise suppression, and if guests are calling in through Zoom and they might sound quieter than your mic, and so if you are able to use that filter and then cancel out all the, or at least suppress some of the noise, that would be good. They must be doing that. Maybe it's not quite ready yet. They must be doing that. Because it's one of the most common pain point of a lot of home recording is noise that you're gonna get. I mean, room acoustics and noise. So try that, Wayne. I would love for you to try either one, the Audio Technica broadcast stereo headset with hypercardioid mic, and this one or this one. Maybe those two. Try those and Let us know if it makes a difference. I think it's gonna make a difference for sure, simply because it has the correct polar pattern for what you want to do. Okay, I'm gonna say hi to Rae Rae in Clubhouse. Don't want to forget her. Hello, Rae Rae. And hello, Greggy. And
Hey, John, how are you? Happy Tuesday.
happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I have a question.
What's your question?
So this is for all of you guys. So maybe somebody can suggest something for me. I'm going to a party and I need to capture email. It's a marketing question. So I need to capture emails. Do you think I should hook it up to Linktree with a barcode or a QR code and let them scan it in with their phone? Or do you think I should get the card that has the information on it and they could put it in themselves? You know, this QR code card that you get and you just sign up for it and it connects to your Instagram and everything else. Which way do you think I should go? Because
You should use an XLR cable. Just kidding. What do you guys think?
QR code.
QR code. I think it's simple and easy. Everybody has QR code now.
Nah, QR codes are
Well,
lame.
what they're there, right? You this is an in-person thing, right?
Right. I'm going to be there in person. So I want to get email addresses.
Yeah,
so
get it. Get it from them. So hand them your phone and have them sign up. Or do you already have your mailing list like signed up subscription form already?
I have a Linktree already signed up, so I thought maybe if I could put like a landing page on that from like Google, you think I could sign it up that way? Or, you know, they have the physical cards that they scan and then they just get your information that way.
I don't
But I would want their information.
You would want their information? Oh, somebody's gonna say
I would
something.
not take them to a link tree. It's too many clicks.
Okay.
Because
can't
if they scan the QR code, go to a link tree, how are you...
No, I think she said put her... Did you mean putting your QR code on Linktree?
Correct.
And then
do a landing page.
And then, so you don't need to get them the Linktree link. You just need to show them the QR code to your form.
Right.
Right. This is going. Does Linktree have their own form? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Do you guys know?
But you can use it. You can use. Let's say you use a Google form. Just like keep this stupid simple. Create a Google form. When you're creating it, it's free. Doesn't cost anything. When you're creating the Google form, you can check one box to have it all go to a spreadsheet. Okay. And so that way you have a record of everything. So anytime someone fills it out, it's going to go to a spreadsheet. So that way at the end of the day, you can put it into MailChimp or whatever platform you're using to email people. And then just have a QR code. You can print off QR code stickers or whatever you want to do that QR code just simply goes to that Google form.
Okay.
You can
so
even
the
do
Google
it
form
if you
has
already...
a QR code?
The fewer the steps for the person that you're trying to get information out of, the better result you're going to have.
They should scan the QR code, and then here in front of them is the field for them to enter the email.
Correct.
And the name.
Right.
Yep.
So the QR code. So Google has a QR code. That's what you're saying. Once I get the landing page.
No. So I mean, you could create just Google QR code, free QR code generator.
QR code monkey. I think it's a free one.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of QR code generators.
Why can't you do what email service do you use? What do you already have? Some kind of...
I have two.
You have MailChimp or what? A Kit or what? What is that system?
No, my
email
website
service?
Is set up to, my email is Google. I have one on Google, and then I have my own.
No, I don't mean your Google email address. I meant your... If you are collecting their email, you would want to use them. If you want to build like your email list, the goal is to send them email, right?
Correct.
Why don't find the service that you want to send email out through and then create a form from there, and then you already have there. You don't have to manually enter the the Google form into your email service. And some email service actually will give you QR code to the form too.
Where do you send all the bulk emails from? So if you were going to email everybody in your email list, where would you go to send those emails?
I had MailChimp, then I changed over to something else. So I'm basically midair trying something new now again.
What's the something else?
I think I'm going to just have to go with MailChimp again.
Okay, so use MailChimp as an example. So if she uses MailChimp, MailChimp can allow you to create a form to collect your email addresses that you want to collect.
Okay.
Create that form.
Yep.
And I don't even know, maybe MailChimp even has one that can generate a QR code.
Yeah. But you can go to Canva to create a QR code. There's a million places to create a free QR code.
I have Canva.
Yeah, so just go to Canva, create whatever 1080 by 1080 design you want, and then go to Tools, and you'll see QR code generator, and you just type in the URL of the MailChimp form, and it'll generate the QR code, and then you could take that image and have it printed, put on stickers, whatever the heck you print it off on big sheets of paper, whatever you want to do with it. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Thank you so much.
That way you would bypass all that. Like, it goes straight to your email services, and you don't have to do it in two locations and then bring those in.
Okay, I got
But
it.
that's a good, very, very.
But if you're not, I will say this: if you're not 100% landed on a mail system by the time you do this, just do a Google form and put it to a
That's
spreadsheet.
true.
Because at least then you have the emails. And you can every mail platform allows you to upload a CSV. So at the end of the day, you could just download that from Google Drive, import it, and they're all there. So that's.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Google Form has QR code.
I think they probably would because they're usually a little bit more advanced.
Or is it maybe just short?
The advantage on
like
Sundays,
it's short URLs.
URLs. Okay.
Yeah, it's just short URL. Yeah, they don't do
QR code monkey, I think it's what I use. If you, no affiliation, just that's
I have Canva,
what I
so
use.
I'm not gonna. I already paid.
Oh yeah,
Canva,
yeah.
so.
Then just use that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Yep.
Hello, Ty. Ty, it's been a long time, and Greggy, good to see you here again. Aloha. And Ty is.
Oh, and John, I
Clubhouse
sent
as well.
you something in the chat. If you could share that with our Australian
Hey, Nee, I
friend.
saw you trying to carry on, Nee, and trying to make jokes, right, Nee?
And I'll send that to. I'll just put it in the YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube chat. Wayne, this is for you. A link to an eBay listing of that device.
Yeah, so I went on to the Australian eBay and was looking for Cedar Audio dialogue noise suppression equipment, and there are several listings on there that are under 1,000 Australian. There's a few on there for a few hundred, some obviously a little bit more, but that may be an option if you want to try a hardware version. You may be able to find one relatively close to you.
Only $6,000, so under.
Well, so if you go down, that's the top one. But if you go down, there's $300, $340.
Oh, the other ones, the other noise.
Yeah, so these are
okay.
these are all obviously different formats. But it's something that you may be able to find one that pops up on. eBay is often forgotten about, and sometimes it can be a good source for pre-owned equipment.
All right. Let's see. I can see Clubhouse. Well, let me see. Oh, there's 10 people watching still. Okay. Anyway, now open it up to anybody brought questions. What they've learned recently about audio stuff to the chat that you want to bring up, since I've been hogging the mic.
Yeah, I see you didn't show him that I posted out there.
What are you talking
The
about?
headset. I got him a pretty nice cheap one too.
Where? Where'd you put it?
I put it in the chat.
Where in the chat? And on YouTube, or are you on Zoom? And then I need to
On the Zoom
repost
chat.
it.
On the Zoom chat.
Okay, I have to scroll. You know, when I look at the chat, okay, let me go to the Zoom chat, because when I'm on Ecamm chat, it's everybody's chat. So all the live people talking is also there. Can you paste? Okay, I see it now. Here. Copy link. Open in browser. This one? Oh, God. 27. Behringer.
It was a joke.
For all the work that you have me do, you sent me a $28 Behringer microphone. Is this for Sean? Don't do that.
That's messed up.
That's right. Anybody else? Right up. We don't have to stay on forever and ever, like 4 hours.
Oh, come on.
But-
You're not going to stay for 4 hours? Come
Nope.
on.
Anybody else have any questions before we move on? Okay,
Can you
Aaron.
show me where
I
the
got it.
Okay, Aaron. Yes.
It's not related to your question. It's something totally unrelated.
Okay.
But are you familiar with Dark Corner Studios?
No.
Okay. Anyway, he reviews a lot of mics and things, and he had this.
Oh, maybe I
question.
do. I do. Canadian?
I'm not sure. Bald guy.
I think he's
Goatee.
Canadian.
Yeah, John. That was
He's
the guy
one
that
that
bashed
quoted
us.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, he bashed us. How
Oh,
was
did
just
he?
some
Yeah.
lonely? How
Did he really?
Yeah, how was such some lonely losers streaming on Clubhouse know that Rode is?
Because when this is so.
releasing it.
Okay.
Let's
well,
talk about-
I'll just drop the question then.
Yes. No. No. I mean, he's good. He's good. What he was referring to was, what's his name?
I don't
Berg-
remember his name.
What's his name? The road guy, the road marketing head of marketing.
Yeah, Burke.
Berg. So he came onto our Clubhouse room when he came. You know, there was a leak right before the RØDECaster Pro 2 came out. There was a leak, and he came onto our room and chatted with us about the leak and actually talk about that. And answer some questions. And therefore, we get to talk to him. And somehow he found our conversation or something. I'm not sure. And he talked about, like, I don't know, that may not even be the real guy, because it just essentially saying like just a bunch of guys talking on Clubhouse. Why would the road marketing guy come in and talk to us? That's what he said. So I mean,
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
would
Yeah.
give that. I would do the same thing for anybody. If I don't know anybody there, I would still just. I mean, that's his caveat of saying I don't know how reliable that room is, but that's the conversation that they had, and he reported that on his show. Yeah. No,
that's
but
why we
I
love
like his stuff.
Canadians.
Okay. Well,
Hank, hello Hank, my Clubhouse fellow happy camper. First, you know, the Clubhouse creator camp, the first year, he was the winner of the award Happy Camper, and the second year I was the winner of the Happy Camper award at the camp.
And then it never happened again, so you kept it.
Huh? What do you mean?
Did
No.
it
It's
happen
no.
again?
He gets his. I got mine. Mine is the second year, and then this third year. This year, I'm sure there will be another person winning that. Okay, what about the QR code? Do you want to explain something, Rob, or do you just want people?
Yeah, go
It better
ahead,
not be
John.
porn,
No, it's not.
because you
Go
know
ahead, try it, John.
Aaron and
Try
I
it.
have been through a lot. Don't put us through
Yeah,
another.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, here, try it, John. You'll love it.
No, I don't have any equipment that can do it. People do it and then tell me.
Oh, you
my,
don't have a phone?
my phone is running Clubhouse right now.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what is
No,
it? You asked before about
Try
what
it if you
they've
want.
plugged
It's funny.
into. I see a video, a live unit. Oh, you asked before about what they. Oh, I see. A live view unit. Okay, what is a live view? I think we're talking about.
Live view is a mobile, like a mobile hotspot kind of thing.
Okay. So
More or
this is
less.
live view.
Yeah, for like live streaming.
You know I can mute you, right?
Sorry.
live view, is it a live? It's a streaming. Maybe that has a noise cancellation software, and it's not cheap. So we asked Wayne, or at least I asked Wayne, what the other person that he heard with a headset but did not even hear the environment and just the voice. And I was curious what mixer he plugged his microphone into. And this is probably why. Because it's more expensive. Does it maybe have some kind of noise suppression?
It is a video and audio.
Yeah. Let me see if it has some kind of audio processing. Doesn't show. Overview. Specs. It doesn't look
8
like
audio channels.
I'm not sure where do you control? I wonder if there's like a separate interface that you control stuff with. Maybe there's some kind of noise suppression. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you should use a live view too. Wait, where's it?
It does operate through software. And it
Oh,
has
this is the
remote-
QR code. Trump dancing on YMCA. Oh, gosh. So that's almost close to what I don't want. All right. Okay, that I take it. No more questions. Cindy Lou on Clubhouse says it's so nice to hear your voices again. Thank you, Cindy Lou. Hopefully you come back and join our Zoom call again.
No, actually.
Okay, yeah.
What I was getting to with the Dark Horse
Oh,
thing
okay, yes.
was he posed a question, and I'll just put it this way, maybe for something we can discuss next time.
Okay.
Is we talking? He was talking about audio, and there was some famous mic people were talking about in the Neumann U87 and versus a new one or something, and they couldn't come to a consensus.
Mhm.
And why do people, when they move next to an airport or the railroad tracks, eventually they don't hear it? And the question was, do you train yourself to hear all this stuff? So you hear all this the extra stuff where your brain eventually just tunes it out anyway, unless you train yourself to hear it anyway. So that was just the question.
So the question is, so what's the actual question?
I don't know. I don't remember.
So maybe it's this.
Do we train yourself? Like, because a couple
Do
of
you
weeks
train
ago,
yourself to unhear the noise?
Oh yeah, you do. Cause I'll tell you why. You see that smoke alarm that always beeps? Okay, so my oldest has one close to his bedroom.
Yeah, he's
And
already tuned it out.
He's tuned it out.
The out of battery beep.
Yes, and I got the 9-volt batteries. I got a lot of 9-volt batteries, but guess what? He tunes it out till I tell him, I was like, hey, can you go change the battery since you're tall? It's like, oh, I didn't know. So, yes.
I think it's
out.
just teenager tuning out duty. It's not
Yes.
so much the
yes, yes.
I think it's
Then
teenager tuning out everything except what they want to hear.
Right? You also, sometimes when you stay in those apartments that is next to a railway track, most of those buildings are not built with sheet rocks like our regular houses are, right? You always have like really good construction also, and then there's always a sound barrier to that also that helps dumping out the noise, because my house is close to the highway and I can hear most of the noise, not because I've tuned it out, because at times at night you would hear the semis like going across those street rumbles, right? So it really depends on the material also, and again, teenage tuning stuff out. So it could be you tune stuff out. It could also determine the build quality of the house. So again, if you apply that to microphone, John hears a lot of stuff that we don't hear because he's tuned his ears up to those. So
some people are more sensitive than others, I think, and you can definitely train yourself. And of course, if you want to do it, or if you have the interest, like me, I don't do it professionally, but if you have the interest, if you are unable to hear it, or if you train yourself to not hear it, then you can't do the job that what we wanted to do, which is to identify the source of the noise. Of course, you can tune it out. I actually happen to be funny. You said you gave that example, right? Or he gave that example. In college, I lived on an apartment that is several feet away from the train track. And the train track is so loud when the train passes, my window, if it's up, it will shake, rattle, and it will come all the way down. So it's really loud. The first few times I would wake up in the middle of the night and all that. And then like a month, 2 months in, I don't even hear it anymore. So yes, definitely. But that's not something that you would want to train yourself to unhear noise, especially when you have a show, because what you're doing is you're telling people, deal with the noise. You're not helping people, because people already tuned out. They would like unsubscribe and go somewhere else if they have to tolerate that. Like I said earlier, when the guy talking about the new Chase, if you guys are credit card people, the Chase Sapphire Reserve new fee and all that, right? I was like listening to different YouTubers talking about that. He has some great points, but he was talking like this into his pop mic. So he was talking like this is like the whole show is talking about sort of like that in the wrong direction. Again, we were talking about the different sides of a like, what do you say, Aaron? Different address.
The address. Yeah.
Address.
I'm looking. I put
location.
it in the comments.
So you want to make sure you know where you're supposed to. Your microphone box or the spec sheet will tell you whether it's a side address or a front address.
Type.
Front address or an address. Yeah.
Yeah.
What address type your
type.
microphone is? Yes. What does it say? Oh, AI microphone will learn to tune out noise, which is what the box is doing.
Yeah.
It'll learn the environment. They'll learn the noise. You train it to hear the noise, and then it's going to take that sample to reduce it out from your feed. I am sure it is better than the noisy environment, but noise cancellation will also cancel out data information. Just keep that in mind.
I think this over here does the same also. This the Instant 360 S Pro 2. When I use it outside, a
lot of the wireless microphones would do that noise reduction.
Noise reduction.
Yeah. DJI mic.
Not really canceling, but
does Rode
AI.
mic has noise cancellation?
No.
I know DJI has that, but maybe not Rode.
DJI's is just DJI's is hit and miss. I don't know whether maybe because I'm not using it right. So yeah.
John knows. Yeah, no, this is my thumbnail this week.
Please, perfect. That'd be perfect. Yes, please. And that's a very good idea. You were on it, John.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be great to do a short about the addressing the ends of the mic.
Good idea.
Hey, you know who would be a perfect candidate for that?
What?
Rob,
Who?
raise your hands up
What?
for talking in the wrong end of the mic. Raise your hand up.
What?
His help. What?
I think Charles and Aaron gets it. Never mind.
Anyway.
Sorry, wrong joke.
That's the right way.
Wait, are you talking about him?
That's the right way.
Is this the right way?
He's just messing with you.
It's knee humor.
Yes, it took me a while because sometimes it's like,
it's a knee
why is he picking on me?
slapper.
Now I realize
It's a
nice.
knee humor.
A knee
Very
slapper.
nice. It's a knee slapper. I like that. All right, that one's coming back.
Knee slapper. Ah, N-I-I
John didn't
slapper.
get it.
I just now got it. No, it's not just knee slapper. It's a knee añete
boy.
slapper.
Sorry.
Wait,
No,
is that Añete?
That's
Man,
a good one, Rob.
You just gonna mention my whole government name online like that. And
You
everybody
talk
knows-
about it for like a whole
That's true.
segment.
That's
Okay.
true. That's true.
I must really love my name. It's Ni
No, you're
Añete.
saying Ni is just like Mister.
Yeah, Ni Añete. You know,
Ni Añete. Okay, so
Yeah.
there you go. It's a knee slapping Añete humor. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I even
Break
got
a
an I even got an award for my name.
leg. Really?
You got an award for your name?
It's just a joke.
Oh, it's another knee slapping joke. Okay, all right.
He's got another microphone.
Maybe we'll wrap it up now. Thanks everybody for. I mean, I love
Hey,
that you guys
John.
are watching. Hey, wait, somebody said John. Is that
Hey,
Flame?
that's Flame, man. It's Flame.
Flame. Hello. Yes, you have a question?
Yeah, one quick question off
Yeah.
subject, but I need you real quick. So what's the major difference between OBS and Ecamm? 'Cause I
Oh,
got OBS.
yes. I can tell you.
Okay.
OBS is free. Ecamm is paid. Ecamm is a lot easier to use, and if you're looking at a cheapskate, I should do this so that's not funny. If you're looking at a cheapskate, I've been putting off using Ecamm. You can ask Charles and me about it. I've been putting usage of Ecamm for the longest time. I would do things very difficult, and finally, when I tried, I was like, I know why people pay for it. It allows you to do more. It allows your online stress when you're dealing with, I mean, I still deal with a lot of stuff, but I can do this a lot quicker than I could with OBS. You can do pretty much everything, maybe even more with OBS, but it's a headache to do things quickly on the
There's
fly.
no straightforward way of doing anything. You have to, like, when you're applying video filters and
later.
audio
you
filters.
pay
and-
for what you pay for.
Yeah.
You can,
Put it
and
like
you'll
this.
enjoy it too.
It's
Does
like
Ecamm process off of your computer?
Yes.
So that's huge. That's why I stopped using OBS. It crashed my
Yeah.
computer.
Yes. And
in the
that's
middle of a
hence you
meeting.
use a video like a RØDECaster video because it
Well, now
processes
let's
all
put this
the
in perspective.
easily.
You said you were on 13.6?
Oh, this
OS
was
13.
this was before that. This was on my
Oh, so
this was
then-
during the pandemic when I was on my 2009 Mac Pro.
Oh, God.
How about this? Ecamm and OBS is like Windows 7 and Windows Vista.
When I don't
Okay,
know
yeah.
use I don't use
Okay,
Windows, so I
and-
couldn't quite address. But
Well,
so
if you've
hopefully,
ever had,
is that
anybody that's
No,
old
that was
knows
clear,
that
but
joke.
one last question.
yes,
They got two different price points. One is
Yes.
like the regular and the one is the other.
yes.
So which one can I get by with the standard or do I need the pro action?
Okay, depending on what you wanted to do. If so, if you're just going to live stream,
See you later.
I forgot who's that. Okay, bye, Lewis.
Bye.
Ecamm. Let's compare the different. I should
remember
know
what the
more. I can't
difference
remember.
is.
Yeah, let's see on the website. You will be able to do. Oh, you can't do 4K streaming with the standard plan.
Oh, here you go.
John Lowe
here's
has a
an
comment.
here's an easier view for you, John.
Oh,
That's an
difference?
easier view. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's go.
And
here.
John Lowe has a comment in the chat.
Oh, there you go. Here's the comparison.
If you scroll
Ecamm
down,
has
it
an
gets
easy
the-
integration with Zoom, while OBS does not. Okay, so integration with Zoom. If you want to use it, I'm gonna put this link in on YouTube as well, so you guys can check it out. Just remember, there's a discount code from me if you want to get it. There's go to my resource page. So feature wise, if you are just gonna live stream, you're not gonna have guests at all, then maybe you can get by with a standard. You're just gonna stream to oh wait, I didn't switch. It's still Rob's face and my face. this difference between standard and pro, and I put that link in the chat, so Flame, you can go back to the replay and catch up in the chat that particular link that Charles sent me. So you have features, standard, blah, blah. I mean, what's the difference? Okay, here's the difference now. No interview mode. So if you want to bring somebody in for an interview, you would need a pro. If you wanted virtual webcam and mic, which means you can use any third-party app and use your Ecamm picture, send your video and audio there. That's virtual webcam and mic. You can stream higher quality than 1080. And you can record isolated audio and video recording. Real-time video monitoring, display to send to a display. So looking at what you're broadcasting out somewhere. Real-time audio monitoring. I don't even use that actually because I have a RØDECaster, so don't ignore that.
Yeah, no. I mean, once you got rid of the first one up there, it says it. And if I was interviewing somebody, if I was doing a one-on-one,
Yeah.
I gotta have the other one. So
Yeah. So if you're interviewing somebody, the interview mode is okay, but Zoom, boy, do you already have Zoom subscription or no?
yeah, I got yeah. I thought everybody had Zoom and Canva. I thought that was mandatory being a person in America.
If
right?
you have Flame, if you have Zoom already, then you have, sorry, I'm distracted. If you have Zoom already, then you can integrate your Zoom inside of Ecamm. So like what I'm doing right now, if you can see right now where Rob and Charles and Aaron 4-hour and also Nee, they are all coming in as a camera. So I can go here and I can just do this. All those feed is coming in from Zoom. And I treat that as a camera. So I can do switching between me and them and Kyle's.
And Zoom has updated their pricing in most regions to where you only have to buy one license for business.
And the benefit of having a business license instead of a pro license is the fact that you can have 1080p, which is what I have now. So your signal, not just signal, it doesn't matter because you're natively going from your computer out to YouTube or Twitch. But if you want to bring in guests and if you want your guests to have equally as good a picture as you, so now the two of us, Charles is coming in through Zoom at 1080p quality, then the difference is not going to be as huge. If you have a pro, we're talking about Zoom now, not talking about Ecamm. In Zoom, if you have is it a pro account? Pro and business account?
Pro.
Yeah, I got the pro account.
Yeah.
Pro is 720.
Pro 720, business
1080.
1080. You can request for it. And I think it's like $5 more or something a month. It's not super more expensive. Previously it was hard. Previously it was you have to have 10 licenses.
10 licenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
that
you
was
don't.
the tough part.
I don't know if it's everywhere, but many places. I remember I told you about that and you upgraded immediated right, Charles?
I did. Well, and they just rolled it out in my region. So in the Southeast region, they've rolled it out.
Okay.
But $22 if you're doing monthly, it's $22 a month. And I think the Pro is $15 a month.
I think it's like not much. It's like $5 something.
Zoom.
We're talking about Zoom. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it says if you want to have 1080p quality, HD 1080p quality for your guests joining your show, you would need to have a pro account, a business account to do so, which is when you would need to upgrade to a business account in order to get 1080p signal coming into your Zoom call.
I have a couple of quick questions about it.
Yeah.
What do you compare the learning curve between the two programs? Because
Ecamm
there's
Ecamm
and OBS, because there's a 2-week trial. Well, there's a 2-week free trial. Is that enough time for him? If he hopped on in an afternoon and try it out?
Because
Ecamm says no credit card needed.
Ecamm is way easier to understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ecamm starts, I would say Ecamm starts, you can start Ecamm at like a kindergarten level and then just use that. Or it like you pretty much have to be like senior year in high school for OBS in order to even just run the most basic thing. You can keep your Ecamm usage as simple as possible, or like me and try to use every single bit of the functionality of it. Yeah. So
2-week
I'd say
free
a lot
trial,
easier to
no
pick up.
credit card needed.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, it was way. I mean, I've used both, and I mean, my son uses OBS, and I mean, I used OBS years ago, and oh my gosh, switching to Ecamm, there's no way you would ever get me off Ecamm.
You should go.
And I don't even use. I mean, I'm using it at the very basic level.
Yeah, true.
But I just I know it's gonna work every time. It's if something does get goofed. They have a fantastic community that is heavily monitored, so there's not a bunch of trash in there. If you need help with something, like you can actually go to their Facebook group, post, and you will get real people giving real solutions.
And people using the software.
Yeah.
Sharing their knowledge.
So, I mean, their creator community that they have built is... To me, that's worth the subscription, honestly. Just all the knowledge and everything that you can gain from them is incredible.
And I'll tell you the subscription, when it comes time, I mean, you can still use my affiliate link so that they know that it's coming from me. That would be good, because they give me the discount code. Even if you want to do the trial, you can still use that link. But when you are ready to subscribe to it, if you do that, the 15% off is only for the first payment. If you take the monthly first payment, you still get 15% off of the monthly charge one time. If you do the annual subscription, you get the whole annual subscription 50% off. So which means you get 12 months, 15% off. So
a little larger investment for a lot more savings.
And I cannot believe it. Like, I'm saying this, Charles knows since day one. When he saw me in the community, he was like, "Wait, is that John?"
I was floored because
he probably
I remember one
me.
time I did text you. I was like, do you really actually spend money to get out of your... I used to call it the John Ong effect on how, he would do his production previously. Screen capturing and screen grabbing,
my Google Meet.
Hangout. Oh, God. It was
very... Yeah.
It was crazy.
But they said, here's the thing. I do recognize, as John is saying, it does cost money, and therefore it's like US dollars, again, 4.2 times for Malaysian ringgit. If you were to convert to that, of course, it's still a significant investment to it. And because I do it, I couldn't rationalize spending the money when I was doing one show. I mean, even though I record for like 8 to 10 hours every month, I just cannot rationalize putting out the money to subscribe to Ecamm for one podcast. And when I look into it, I realized, oh my gosh, because you can use Zoom integration, I can now have people call in like you guys and joining me. It would just be like a visual version of Clubhouse rooms that we've had. Rob?
You say with your code you get 50% off?
You get 15% off.
15.
Okay.
The code is on 15.
On
15 is the code.
Because they're doing 20%
Well, how much
off
is
right
it?
now. Do you get 15% off the 20% off they have now?
No, if you have 20%, use the 20%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That link you just sent me to has a 20% off.
Then use it. Yes. Whatever happens, if you use my link, they just link the referral to me, and they know that traffic. So I think even if you get a subscription, I think I get something affiliate payment. I don't know. That's not very important. Okay. But if you start from my site, I think they track where the traffic is coming from. But if there's no deal, if there's a better deal, I think it would even auto default to the better deal, even if you put my code in. Or if already automatically applied the 20% off for you, they won't take the 15%. It won't be on top of it. It'll just be one or the other.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Even if you find like a separate affiliate link that gives you, I don't think there's an affiliate link that has a discount. Typically, it's just a discount code that you put in. So you could go from my link. I will still sort of get the quote credit for sending you there. But the subscription is, then you can do that and still get their 20% off.
Okay.
So
how much is it, John? How much is it?
It is, let's see, what do we say?
20 a month.
So
20 a month
let's
for
look
standard
at,
and 40 a month for pro, unless you do the annual. then it's 16 a month for standard and 32 a month
Yeah,
for
so it's
pro.
$384 a year for the pro plan. Right here, 384, and then 192 for the standard plan.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'll paste this link again. This is a really good find. Charles sent over comparing the two. I'll put that in the chat again.
That's the most straightforward comparison.
Yeah, because you can go straight
Okay.
like, okay, what is the difference? You can just go to the well, not this one. The comparison is the other link you sent me.
But I'm still kind of confused on just one part.
Yeah.
And that was when we were talking about the Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
the integration with the 1080p.
Yeah.
Now my question is, on the pro side, it says Ecamm for Zoom, so you cannot Ecamm on the standard. You have to get the pro.
Correct. In order to use Zoom integration, you have to use Pro.
Oh.
Okay. So then that will wipe out me having to go get a business account.
No.
Because it all
Business accounts just give you 1080. 1080p.
So here's where maybe the disconnect is coming in. So essentially, Zoom
software
support for
in one.
Ecamm. Yeah, Zoom support for Ecamm. Think of it as it's just connecting Ecamm directly to Zoom. It's pulling Zoom into Ecamm. Okay. You still have to have your right. You still have to have your Zoom account. You still have to have, if you want 1080, you would still have to have the business account. All it's doing is instead of you, because otherwise, if it didn't have the Zoom integration that it does at the pro level with Ecamm, you would essentially be screen grabbing your Zoom, which is what John was doing before. He was doing Google Meet. He was screen grabbing. You know, he had his Google Meet window up. Okay, so let's say you are running a Zoom meeting and you're like, okay, I want to live stream this. You either have the option of live streaming whatever you're seeing on your screen in Zoom, or you would have to screen capture individual people and lock the tiles so they don't move anywhere.
And it's your cursor moving.
Yes, and so it's just, so what Ecamm did is they actually built it to where you can essentially pull Zoom into Ecamm. So all the Zoom meeting guests are actually camera feeds.
Yeah.
And now you can
can
only do
switch
up to how many?
8 people.
8 people, but you also have an active speaker camera.
Right.
And so if you have more than 8 people in there, you could just assign, you could just use the active speaker one if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And that way you don't even have to really manage it that much as you're going through the show. But it's all it's doing is it's leveraging your Zoom subscription and pulling it inside of Ecamm so that you can manage the entire thing, the Zoom meeting, the broadcast, everything, audio levels, all from one place instead of having to operate essentially 2 different platforms. It's opening Zoom inside of Ecamm. Now, as far as video quality, yes, Ecamm can broadcast up to 4K. However, Zoom has its own limitations. So on the Pro, you're limited to no more than 720. On the Business, you can get up to 1080p. You do have to open a support ticket once you sign up for Business or upgrade your current Zoom account to Business. You do have to start a support ticket to ask them to enable 1080 True HD on your account. And then they'll send you a confirmation of that, and they'll show you where to go in your Zoom account to actually enable it.
Or you can come here and talk to us because we've gone through this.
Yeah, we've done it. So that's if you want the 1080, if you're going to be using Zoom to interview people, it's definitely worth getting the 1080.
For the longest time, I was using 720 until I was able to get a single license business account.
Yeah.
Do you still got to do it on your cell phone?
That's okay. So the reason why you see 2 knee is because Charles was an active speaker. So now knee speak. Now I don't have to do anything right now.
Okay.
You know my hands are free, but
So do you still have to do it on your cell phone? You remember when I did it on my browser, and Charles also did it on his browser, had the same issue.
What do you mean
when he did it?
Huh?
Because
No.
when I applied for Zoom Business on my cell phone,
Oh no.
Yeah, no. So you don't have to do that.
Okay.
You don't have to do that. So Zoom is actually rolled out single licenses for business accounts across most regions now. It may not be in every region, but it is in most. When we were originally talking about this, I guess about a month or two ago.
I remember now. Yeah.
It was.
You have to
I had to
hack
put
it
myself in.
almost.
Yeah, I had to use a VPN to put myself in Canada. Now I did it on my phone because it was just easier to do a VPN on my phone than it was on my computer where it had a bunch of other stuff running. So,
They caught you, right?
What's that?
They caught you, right?
No. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it, but
Nope, yeah.
you know, in my region now, I live
Now
in the
it's native
southeast region.
You can see it.
I live in the southeast region. I'm in Tennessee, and it is single licenses for business now. So,
So
yeah.
Hey,
I'm gonna sum this up for I'm gonna sum this up. So what you're getting is you're paying for Zoom functionality with Ecamm Pro account. You are paying for, if you want to, you can upgrade by upgrading to the business account to get 1080p. Otherwise, you get 720p, which is actually not horrible. I have to say, you can always start there and see if you. I just, if I know that there's a
And it depends on
possibility
where you're
for $5 a
broadcasting
month.
to.
Yeah, that's true. And especially if you have lots of people, if you do side by side, if it is this or this, then I would want to make sure that you are also 1080p, because that way you're side by side, because you're watching. I'm fixing a pixel. I have to move the frame down because I'm seeing a pixel peeking up. Okay, there you go. Okay, Charles.
Don't want those pixels.
Charles.
Yeah, you
Yes.
see my big old forehead.
No, not Charles. Nee, you have something to say, and then I'll come back to Flame.
Oh yeah. When Charles said Tennessee, I was gonna say no wonder he's the only 10 I see.
Oh gosh, and I need
Listen
slapping
to
joke.
you.
Goodness. Flame. Do you have any? Does that make it worse or better? The explanation. If not, I can try to explain again. The two separate things. You go.
No, I'm good with it. I like it now.
Okay, good.
So, I put a question in chat there for you.
Okay, Rob.
It's one of my videos I just recently did.
Uh-huh.
I did it with OBS. I wanted to know if that would work with Ecamm.
Oh, can you use that? Okay, so we'll play a
So-
video on here, and then
Just play a small piece of it.
okay,
It's just one of my videos.
okay, and so you're wondering if you could do the layout? You mean like?
Yeah.
Yeah, very easily. Yes.
Oh,
And what I wouldn't need the Pro. I could just use the other one.
Correct.
The
If you
1080p one.
if you just want to do just like a straight up your own camera and just go to like streaming to one destination or YouTube or a couple of destinations,
I have
easily.
2 cameras. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to do it live on YouTube.
you can do it so easily. I can like build a scene right now.
Oh, okay. It's that easy, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
can
I'll
build
play
the-
around-
I
I'll
can
play
build
around
a
with
scene live
trial.
right now. So I'm gonna remember what you're doing right now, and then I'll build it. And if there's any other question, I'll
Okay.
I'll build it. I'll create a new scene. Let's just crash the computer tonight.
No, let's not do it.
Well,
Don't do mine.
and here's the other thing. Like, if you start off using Ecamm and you need help with the scene, there's a lot of people in the community that will give away scenes. You know, presets. You know, it's
So
not
here's the
bad.
background. You can do different, different. If you want to put borders of
so-
that, if you don't
so-
want to, you could.
So what you're telling me, it's basically like if I was playing with a Windows computer and all of a sudden I got a Mac, life just got easier.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a
You
fun
can do
plan.
everything. Well, most things. You can do most things with the different devices, and then so now actually I probably can show you the live demo mode so you can see what I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna
Okay.
turn that into, maybe I'll do custom, and then when it's custom, I can change the framing and the shape also, and of course I can take out that green.
Yeah,
thing
you're
here,
doing
so-
the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And
But
but you
it's-
see how
it's-
quickly
yeah,
how
it's
quickly I
so
do that,
simple.
right? So it's
Mhm.
a lot simpler. Can then drag another person in. You can
Oh,
change
wow.
you can change your the styling. You can say if I want
All right.
the circle on this one and
something
overlap
there.
that. If you don't like the style, you can go to none, or you can choose different ones. For instance, motion, it will
So,
spin around. And you
yeah.
can just choose the various different
So
colors, color picker.
I'll do the trial for the thing there, and then if it's like what I think it is, then
Yeah,
I'll
and
use your thing and sign up. for it.
thank you. That would be
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
So that is only one. Oh, let's try the one thing new this week that came out. The new thing is the counter is now you can actually do date as well now. So this is the counter, but apparently you can do date. I just updated short date. You can do
You can do
medium
countdown
date.
to date and time.
This is new today. Long
this-
date. It's
And
probably
this is all through the road,
there. You go. This is
right?
no. This is through Ecamm.
Right, but I mean, my audio would be all through my road.
Yeah, yes. You can set it up.
Okay.
Like I have my audio route. This is sometimes we can go into a completely different show and talk about how do you. Mine is probably the most complex way of setting it up. And you can also see things in layers. This is the overlay layers. So in the overlay layers, you can choose, okay, if I want a date to be under my camera, you just drag it down like Photoshop, and then it changes that back up. So you can build it live very easily and very quickly.
We need to have an Ecamm meters group.
Actually, Soundcheck, I talk about doing Ecamm for the longest time because it's sort of related, because a lot of people naturally ask about how I do my live stream. Okay, this is now let's go back to my normal. Of course, you can do
That looks good.
presets. Let's do presets.
Yeah, it looks like fun. I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing with the
Yeah,
trial.
it can do so much. It can do so
yeah.
much. So, Charles, Flame, is there anything else do you want to ask about Ecamm or anything else for your live streaming?
No, I'm all set.
Cool.
Yeah.
Come back here. Come back here. We'll talk some more. We can talk through like the idea, especially on Soundcheck. It's a little bit more loose. I have talked about using, and we have done that. I just haven't gone into like the detail of how I use my RØDECaster with Ecamm. I think I use it in the very. It's difficult, but then it's more flexible. And I know Daniel Chi from, he's not an Ecamm employee, but he is like a power user and he does a lot of stuff on there. He has a lot of experience. He doesn't want to go there because a lot of people would freak out when you talk about using your RØDECaster Pro 2 or Duo with Ecamm the way I use it. How I learned, how I use mine is through Alec. Alec is also a great Take One Tech. Oh, he has his digital stage or something. There's a new name for his channel now. But Alec from Thailand, originally from the UK, he is the one that go in a little bit deeper. And I learned a lot of my knowledge on how to configure my Ecamm audio-wise using my RØDECaster for complete flexibility. The way Daniel started is good because a lot of people out there has a RØDECaster but does not know how to route it, and they could easily get lost and get frustrated. So it's good to start at the beginner's level until you like it gives you problem, because what Daniel's method of routing audio is a little bit limiting. Depending on what you want to do. For what I wanted to do is limiting. You can't do reaction video. Let's say if you want to pull up another video and if you want to hear the audio from there, you can't. It's very limiting. You have to switch either your audio, your mic, or the video audio. You can't have both of them the way he walked us through. But that is because most people don't need that. I say like 90% of people, 95% of Ecamm users do not need what I use. But I want to talk about it because that's how I want to geek out on the tearing into all those little pieces and how do you configure your RØDECaster so that you can use Ecamm to its fullest potential. But I do have another thing. Here's my question. I'm gonna put this out there, and I specifically targeting this to Maestro Stevens, because I think he's the only one that utilizes the USB extended inputs. I tried to do that this week, and it somehow broke. Like, I can still have, you know how we talked about this last week. You can have 4 additional inputs on your RØDECaster. Only one works. And I don't know why. Maybe Charles, I'll show you what's not working, and maybe you can tell me what maybe I've set wrong. You know how we talk about Mac unable to natively select which output you want to send over to the new additional 4 inputs, which is gaming, music, A and B. And we would have to use Loopback, which is fine because I have Loopback. And in Loopback, I was able to only get one. I tested it before, so I know it's working. The only thing that I haven't tried is I've changed my USB-C connection. I moved it from my my CalDigit hub into directly to my Mac. You would think it's better, right? Because now it directly goes in.
Yeah, but it may you may have to remove it and re-add it in
Loopback.
In Loopback. Because what I'd almost bet is that now it's being controlled through a different Thunderbolt controller.
Okay. That makes that is the only difference.
That's the only thing I could think of is that it switched controllers. Maybe when it was going through the CalDigit, it was on the Thunderbolt 1 controller, and now that you've direct plugged it,
I'll try that.
It's running on. So the only thing I can think of is remove it entirely from Loopback and then re-add it, and if it works, then you know it was.
I could try doing it right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it as a cliffhanger so that we can move on to next week.
Nice.
Okay, good suggestion.
Okay,
so,
nice talking to you guys. I gotta go.
All right, bye, Rae Rae. So,
Ciao.
Ciao. So out of the 4, I can only get 1 out of the 4 additional outputs to work. So we'll see if okay, it's okay, Aaron. I'll come to you. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna try out what you said. You mentioned earlier. Remove everything and just redo the routing. I did try to do it on one channel, but maybe I should. I don't think I would just remove. I think I removed the monitors, which is to send to the RØDECaster. I didn't get rid of the virtual device, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I would get rid of the virtual device and everything.
All right, good, great suggestion. And for for Maestro Stevens, your assignment is to let me know that if yours still work. It's not like because I don't think there's any software update on like my Mac. There's no firmware update on my RØDECaster, so there's nothing changes except for when I move the connection from my hub to the Mac Mini itself. So that makes sense. So I'm gonna give that a try. Now, okay, Aaron, you fire up. What's your question?
Okay. A few weeks ago, Charles ripped on a few hubs that some people had, and he said something about an Elise hub or something like that. What hubs do you recommend?
So I recommend the Evenki.
Evenki, not Elise. Okay.
Yeah. I recommend the Evenki, and that's with a caveat. If you're not running an M series Mac, it's not going to matter. You need to be running an M series Mac. The nice thing about with dual Thunderbolt controllers, and that's really where this isn't just about hubs. When you get into hub discussions, it's never just about hubs, because the thing with the Evenki, you're like, oh, well, it connects via 2 USB-C ports. It does. But in order for it to be fully utilized, you have to have dual Thunderbolt chips on your source computer. So if you're running like a base model M1, yes, it may have an M series, but if it's a, Mac Mini base M1, it's not going to have dual Thunderbolt controllers, and so you're really not going to be taking full advantage of it. Yeah, so you can see there M1, M2, M3, M4 Pro, Max, any Pro or Max of those edition, this is the best hub out there to get.
Okay.
I was
All right,
hearing.
thank you.
Did you hear? I was hearing somebody talking about it having some issues. Do you know of that?
I haven't heard of any issues.
And I can't remember what it was. I wish I can be more
Yeah, I mean,
informative.
I don't know if you can flip around to. Is there a back view on that
yes.
listing? Yeah, so here, I mean, you've got, multiple USB-C and USB-A on the front, and then you also have, the nice thing about this is it is set up to run 4 monitors out of the box, as long as you have dual Thunderbolt controllers on your source computer.
I remember now who told me the issue. It was John Shin, I think. And I forgot what it is. I'll go back and ask him, and I'll report back.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that it is the issue. He was just suspecting that it could be an issue of the hub.
Yeah. And the thing you have to keep in mind, I mean, hubs are only as powerful as the source computer.
Mhm.
So, if you plug this into a computer that can't handle it, you're going to experience ports not working. You're like, okay, well, I'm plugging all this stuff in and it's not reading the data. Well, that's because you've overdone it. Like, it can only pull so much data through a cable, depending on. And there was another image there on that listing.
Wait, hang on.
If you that one,
That
no, second one maybe.
This one?
Yeah. So this is where you get into. It's basically matching what's in your computer. Okay, so it's putting a Thunderbolt controller to each Thunderbolt, and so that's why it's able to control as much as possible. And it's running Thunderbolt 4, which is the latest iteration.
Okay.
Does it have a Thunderbolt 5, or did they announce a Thunderbolt 5 coming? I know CalDigit has one now.
Yeah, I think it's
but not
coming.
dual.
Not dual, yeah, not dual.
It did have something newer that I forgot what it was. Let me see if we can find.
And CalDigit is, I mean, they have been around the longest.
OWC isn't too bad too.
Yeah, OWC is good.
This is what I have. You see, I bought it in 2023. This one.
Yeah.
But they have the TS5 now. Oh
man, that was what I was looking for this week when was it last week when I messaged you, John? Yeah, last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wish you had this stock last week. I would have got the. Is it Evenki?
Evenki, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was looking for.
Is it out? Is the TS5 out?
I don't know.
Maybe they announced on the website on CalDigit's website. I remember seeing it.
I think I saw it too.
Yeah, there you go. It's bigger.
Yeah.
There are two TS5s, and this is probably the one. Well, 10 gigabit.
10 gig.
So
15 port.
It does what does it do? It does something slightly differently than the old one. I think it has...
so here, I mean, you're looking at a maximum, it's got 15 ports.
It's not apples to apples. We're talking about
it's not.
Thunderbolt 5
you're looking
right
at,
now.
Right, and this is 3 displays, 2.5 gig Ethernet.
Dual controllers. Okay, this is what I was saying. Dual USB controllers.
Yeah.
So this would allow, even compared with the current one, even not going with TS5 functionality, this dual USB controller will allow you to do more than the current model that I have.
Correct. Because it's still operating now. If you look at the back picture here, you'll see that there's a Thunderbolt 5. There's only one computer source port in this.
Where's
the rest of them are all downstream. So there's one upstream.
Wait,
which is the computer.
it
No,
should be a
next one
computer
over.
icon, right? That one.
Yeah. So this is your one upstream port. So at the end of the day,
You still have one port.
Right. It's still running off of one Thunderbolt controller from your computer. So if your computer Thunderbolt port cannot handle it, it doesn't matter what the hub can do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and this is just stuff that you have to research. Find other people that, you try to future-proof as much as you can. And you may buy a hub that's, more capable than what you can currently do, and that's okay, because as you upgrade computers,
early July. That's why we don't. See
yeah,
it
it's
yet.
not out yet. But CalDigit is wildly reliable hardware. They've got a great reputation. OWC is another great company that's been around for a long time.
I
They've
use
got
this at
good
work.
solutions. Yep. OWC really came into the picture when they started doing, they have been kind of the go-to source for, what is that?
Otherworld
I know all-
computing, if you remember those. back in the day.
Well, and it's got, oh my goodness, what is the name of it? The virtual monitors. What is it?
virtual monitor. Silence is gold.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. It's software that allows you to. So if your computer can only handle one monitor,
It allows
they
you-
have software built into their hubs that
Ah.
will. What is it called? I can't remember. I can't believe I am
blanking. It
blanking
is
on
late.
this.
I mean, the like when I use the Elgato virtual. No, wait. What are you talking about?
Display Link. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Display
so it
Link.
is Display Link that
they-
I'm using.
Yeah. They support Display Link. And so that's where OWC has really been big. So if you have like an M1 Mac Mini, it's only going to do, hardware-wise, it will only ever run 2 monitors. And it doesn't even like doing that. Okay. It'll do it through Thunderbolt and then one through HDMI. So if you wanted to run more monitors than that, you'd have to get an OWC because it supports Display Link. And then then it's software enabled. It's not hardware enabled.
Display Link is what you see in the usage of your Elgato.
Mm-hmm.
Your Elgato's prompter uses Display Link.
Yep, exactly. So
It's a virtual connection of your monitor.
correct. Yep. So OWC has been that's kind of been their jam, is providing good quality hubs and docks, but also offering the Display Link support. Because CalDigit doesn't do that, Venki doesn't do that. It's an
So you mean
OWC thing.
all their hubs allow you to have Display Link? You plug into the USB and then you can use Display Link
Well,
to connect?
No. So
Or
Display Link is
specifically?
inherently built into the OWC hardware.
Uh-huh.
Now, you can run Display Link on any computer, but you would have to install it yourself.
Yes.
With OWC, you don't have to install anything. It's
So it
in
runs on the box. I see.
Correct.
So you plug in. So for you plug in like a USB. Wait, I think Aaron is showing something here. Aaron. Oh Lord.
Pluggable. Yeah.
Display Link. There you
Pluggable's
go.
another one. Yep. Pluggable's one that's been around a long time. You don't see a lot from Pluggable anymore. But yeah, no, they were also ones that were big in the Display Link.
Man, Aaron, he called you.
Is that
old.
pop?
Hey, I remember using Pluggables. I mean, it's not, I'm old too. You see all this gray hair? It didn't come up overnight.
He calls it
Hey,
trouble.
who's the oldest here?
Come
I'm
on, Rob. You
curious.
gotta say it. You gotta say it, Rob.
I don't think it's Rob.
That was another
No,
what?
Rob is,
That was
Rob
another
is
what?
young.
You're on mute, Rob.
I think it's Rob.
You think Rob is a no? I think he's probably the
Yeah.
youngest.
I'm
No.
I'm
I'm
the
1
youngest.
year older than John, remember?
Oh, you are?
Another knee
Yeah.
slapper.
So I'm
March
the youngest.
73.
You're 73. Okay,
What?
40, 51, 52, 52. 51,
No,
52.
I'm 52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
51.
I think I'm the youngest.
Yeah, I think you are. I think Rob, you look very youthful. I forgot that we
I
talked
look
about that.
useful. Well, I can do a lot of stuff.
It's the glasses.
keep
Take the
busy.
glasses off, Rob.
Oh man.
I was
All
born
right,
in the
let's end
80s.
this now. Okay. You guys gonna stay for another 4
Hey,
Well, we
Luis
started
is
going
still
down the
here.
rabbit hole of hubs.
I know.
And that's
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Let's wrap this up, and next
all right.
next
All
week we will okay, 44. That is Luis.
Very interesting.
Oh my God.
All right. So we'll see you next week. I'm gonna try to redo my Loopback to see if I can get that back, like what Charles suggested. I'm glad you thought of it. I didn't even think about it. I'll go try that, and I'll report next week. I'll report back next week to see if that solved the issue or not. We'll see you next week, same time at 9 p.m. Central Time, and for however long. I still have the longer we go, the more people watch. I was surprised when we went on for 4 hours and there were still almost 10 people watching.
there was a lot of people on.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Anyway,
I was like, wow.
I think they
You
were
guys
as
helped me
curious as
Facebook.
we are. Anyway,
so we just need to lose more mute buttons, is what you're saying.
Oh, use more of them. Yeah.
Lose more.
lose more mute button. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. If you are interested in joining us as a panelist like these guys, feel free to do so. Go to the website, learner2learner.com, and I paste the link in there one more time. And you can pre-sign up also and use the same link, and then you're able to join. Oh, by the way, speaking of, we'll never end. Charles, you remember why? I was curious, why were you the only one who's able to get into the meeting without me adding you to...
Oh.
You know why?
No.
He has a Ouija
Because
board.
you use the same link.
Charles is your
Oh yeah.
favorite.
Well, yeah, because I put it into when I mean,
like the past, like the recent...
well, I do Zooms all day long. So when
Uh-huh.
I saw the Zoom registration, and after FYI, after you register, it gives you a nice little page that says add to calendar. And if you add to calendar, it'll give you the link and put it on your
Oh.
calendar.
I wonder if when you
Okay.
re-register, it just... Oh, yeah. So, but I've changed that too. I've changed that so that because you have to register, well, I'll still need to admit you into the Zoom call, but I've changed the setting because we've done 2 filtration now. Previously, I have no filtration. You just click you're on, right? Hence the Aaron's experience with me. And so what what is that? That looks like my DJI mic mini. The shape looks like my DJI mic mini. And so now, because you have to register and I have to approve your registration, that means I kind of already know who you are. And therefore, I allow for and I still need to admit you into the meeting on Zoom for you to come onto the show. I have changed my settings so that anybody who come into Zoom will automatically be added as one of the 8 callers to the show. Then I don't have to add the caller into the show as a camera.
Or just
again.
use the same link that you're given when you register for the
Yeah, I
Zoom.
don't know. I don't know if you guys keep your whatever link you use instead of re-registering.
Are you guys
I did that
re-registering
this time
every
for the
single
fir-
week?
I had been, but this week
Yeah.
I found the old email and clicked on that
No,
for the first time.
Did I have to admit you? I think I had to admit you too. So maybe that's not the issue. I thought it was the issue. Maybe it's not. Because Aaron, I
I think
still have to
it's-
admit you.
But I
Yeah,
did
y'all
have to
just-
fill out a form.
If you just go there and just do the recurring meeting and just do it.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
recurring
time,
meeting.
just sit there.
Yeah.
That's what he's got set up. He set up a recurring meeting, and so when I registered, I just
the
I
real
do it out of
thing-
habit.
The real issue is Charles is John's favorite. So Aaron,
That is
Oh,
true.
listen.
Charles's favorite.
That is true.
That is true. So, by the way, there's another thing. There is another thing. Well, he came up with a solution for me, or at least a suggestion of the solution. So, the newsletter, and I want to call that out too. I call it a newsletter in case it turns into a newsletter. It's or a nicer way for me to communicate with you directly. If you want to, if you're watching, sign up because I run this whole 2 shows on Tuesday evening by myself. And you guys know when I have a sick cat, I have to constantly cancel or change my schedule. And I have no other ways of telling you other than maybe like going to the website and post it there. Maybe you don't check it. And so if you sign up for the newsletter, essentially you're getting onto my mailing list so that I can email you in case something happens. I have to change schedule, all that. That is an easy way for me to communicate. I have nothing to sell yet, so don't worry about that. I only have like 180 subscribers. This is so like I can't even monetize. So I'm not selling anything. I'm doing this because I love doing it. I don't mind getting monetized, but yeah, it's slowly but surely. But you know what? We're climbing up to what 180. I think the last I looked today when I opened up my studio
185.
YouTube 85. It was 181 earlier. I see 182 right now. So getting there. Sometimes it needs a little while to click on for me. Anyway, so it's good. It's good to have you all here. And if you enjoy, if you stay this long, how long have we been talking? 2 hours and 10 minutes. If you stay this long, stay all the way to the end. That means you probably find this either entertaining or
Share with your friends.
Yeah. So
Look at these crazy people.
Oh yeah. Or if you find that this is helpful to you somehow. And if you want more knee jokes, come on here next week. All right. Thanks everybody. Bye.
Knee slappers.